The reason you have imposter syndrome is because you show your brain that living your life is dangerous. By avoiding the actions, because of the thoughts and the emotions in your body, you show your brain that those thoughts and emotions are valid, that you want to engage with them because you're doing behaviors around them. So your brain will give you more of that, and then you have more excessive anxiety of moving forward and living your life, growing your business, growing your social media, growing your podcast, because you identify with your thoughts. You believe those thoughts is true, but the reason you get more excessive thoughts from that is because you're doing behaviors around them. Even avoiding living your life is a behavior around those thoughts and emotions and gives those thoughts and emotions power. The way to get over imposter syndrome is by having those thoughts and emotions and doing the actions anyway, because your little child in you gets used to the surrounding they are in. So the more you bring that little child with you that's scared, the scared little child, the more you bring that little child in the situations you want to be in, the more the little child gets comfortable, because our brain is very adaptive. The brain gets used to the surrounding, and then the brain changes the opinion. Then your opinion is, oh, this is normal, I'm good enough. Ask any social media creator. In the beginning, they had imposter syndrome. They thought they were not good enough. They thought they were not ready yet. They made 1,000 videos while feeling like that. They wake up and like, oh yeah, just routine, it's another video. Today, I will teach you step by step how to get to that place, because I'm going to teach you how your brain works. We have to start with the identification of the brain. We have to start with the identification of thoughts and emotions, because most people are identified with their trauma patterns. They're identified with the thoughts, the beliefs that their family members, the school, when they got bullied, have put around them, and now their thoughts are so close that they're believing that. You don't see reality, you see reality through the glasses of the thoughts. So we have to first teach you cognitive diffusion, which cognitive diffusion is the differentiation between you and your brain, between you and your thoughts. If you don't have that space, you believe that reality is this, and you look through reality through your thoughts, through a lens. And then you believe, oh, you're not good enough, you're an imposter, you shouldn't be there. That's why you have to understand that those patterns are just patterns. It's a program, like a software that's playing on there. You mistake yourself for the software. You mistake yourself for the programming. So what we want to do is, we want to understand it's a programming and then act differently than the programming. Because belief systems die when you act opposite of the belief systems. Because you show your brain that the belief systems are not valid anymore. As long as you act on that you're not good enough, not ready yet, by avoiding living your life, you show the brain that that software, those patterns must be real. So the first step is to create that space between you and those thoughts and emotions. And the way to create that space is to speak a different language, which means instead of saying, I think, I feel, you say, the thoughts say, the emotions say, but I'm gonna do this video now anyway. I'm gonna talk to this girl that I like anyway. I'm going to build this AI business anyway. And you do step by step the actions, and you make the measure of success not how you feel, not how many thoughts are attacking you, but the valued actions that you're doing. The valued actions, you celebrate yourself. You have to understand, you have to change your programming. Your programming is based on your symptoms. And many people come to me for coaching and they're like, help me with the symptom of anxiety, help me with the symptom of overthinking, help me with the symptom of jealousy in relationship, help me with this symptom of trauma. And as long as you're staying in the symptom, I need to fix the symptom, I need to fix the symptom, I need to fix the symptom, your brain's like, bet, you love fixing symptoms? Let me give you more symptoms to fix. To get out of that, you have to shift the paradigm. If you stay in this paradigm of symptoms and try to feel better, trying to get relief, you will always play this game of trying to get relief, because it's like a drug addiction. Think of it, a drug addiction. It's withdrawal and relief, withdrawal and relief. You're staying in that drug addiction. You need to get into a different paradigm shift. You need to get outside of this paradigm and jump to a paradigm that's based on valued actions. It's based on things that you want to spend your time and energy on. As long as you're on that paradigm, you will be on the level of thoughts and emotions. You will be reactive to emotions and thoughts, and your brain's like, bet, you love all those excessive emotions and thoughts. Let me give you more. But if you're on this paradigm, you show your brain you love living your life. And guess what? Your brain's your best friend. It will support you in whatever you show the brain that you engage with. And if you make the measure of success you living your life, you going to the gym, you building your business, you talking to people that you want to talk to, your brain over time will support you. But you have to understand, you've done this for a long time. You've been here for years and years and years and years. So your brain in the beginning will not believe you. Your brain wants to see, wants to test, is that the truth? You can even take that from a spiritual teaching. Bashar talks about that. When you change your reflection in the mirror, when you don't smile, the mirror doesn't smile back, right? When you smile, that's when the mirror smiles back. This is you smiling, but the reflection for some while will still stay frowning. So you have to smile for a longer time. You have to do the actions for a longer time while spending time outside of your head. Because if you do the actions and you spend time inside of your head, you're still feeding the pattern. Some people come to me and they're like, but I've been doing these actions for a while, but I still feel these uncomfortable emotions. I still feel the anxiety. You're not doing the teachings. Because by you telling me that your goal is still to get rid of the anxiety and not you celebrating yourself for the valued actions, you are still on the old paradigm. And that's the biggest thing about imposter syndrome, staying with anxiety, staying with overthinking, staying with thoughts, is people think, yeah, I do the practice of moving forward, doing the valued actions, but why do I still have depression? Why do I still have anxiety? Why am I still overthinking? You are still making the measure of success the symptoms. And as long as you make the measure of success the symptoms, you will get more symptoms. You will stay on the emotional and thought addictive engine. You will stay in the addiction of that. And you will let your life be dictated by that. The way out, the way to freedom is let your life not be dictated by emotions and thoughts. You dictate your life based on your values, based on your valued actions. And then your brain changes. Then your brain understands that you care about living your life, and your brain will change the opinion. Your brain will let go of the old patterns. Your brain will say, oh, now we're good enough. Now we're confident. It's like a child that's been screaming for a long time. No, they will bully us again. They will hurt us. They will judge us. And the more you do the podcast anyway, the more you build your business anyway, the more you do your painting business, whatever it is, on some point the child is like, it's not so bad. We've been here for a long time and we're safe. It's okay. I love it. Oh, we're confident. Then your opinion of yourself is changing.
So what about those intrusive thoughts that I get when I'm about to take action on one of my dreams, but then imposter syndrome kicks in?
Those thoughts are supposed to be there because they're automatic thoughts that you engaged with in the past. Either you did behaviors around it with actions, or you did behaviors inside of your head talking back. So those thoughts are coming, but those thoughts don't mean you're not good enough. These thoughts don't mean anything about the self-worth. They're only about being a program. And if you listen to the program, you keep feeding the program. You keep feeding the software. So it's about not taking those thoughts serious and not giving them meaning about yourself, not making them mean anything about yourself, knowing that they're supposed to be there because you engaged with them in the past. It's a natural process of the brain, but it's nothing personal. It has nothing personal to do with you. It has nothing personal to do with your worth. Bashar talks about existence doesn't make mistakes. So you just being on earth means you are worth it. You don't have to have the thoughts of being good enough to act as if you're good enough. When you act as if you're good enough, which means you do all the actions as if you're good enough, over time your brain will change the opinion. Don't let your life be dictated by intrusive thoughts that come in. The more you spend time on them, the more engagement you give them, the more they come. It's just a programming. Now, over time, if you shift your focus and you focus on the valued actions, the brain will make those thoughts inactive.